It's late October in my Modesto, California, Zone 9B tropical garden. It's starting to get cold. The mornings are cold, dropping down into the low 50s. Well, that's not really cold, but it's the beginning of fall. And most tropical fruit trees really do not like our chilly winters here in Northern California. The ground cools to a chilly low 40s, and the trees just go dormant generally. Hi, my name is Jeff. Welcome to the Tropical Garden Guy channel. Today we're going to talk about growing bananas in Northern California, more specifically growing fruiting bananas and how they make it through my winter. And I have one that's flowering, and we're going to take a look at that. But first, if you like this channel, click the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Comments and questions, leave them in the comment section below, because, well, you know, I do my best to get back to everybody's comments and their questions. So let's walk over here to my California Gold banana tree. It's a variety that I found in Texas, and we'll discuss the banana flower that's on the tree right now. So let's go back here past my Vietnamese cherimoya, looking good. Let's take a quick look over here at my lychee tree. And as you can see, even though we're heading into winter very rapidly, this thing is producing some new growth. Hopefully this all hardens off before our first frost, which is generally in about a month and a half. The first week in December, we'll get our first heavy frost. And when I say frost, I mean freeze. Frost generally doesn't seem to affect new growth of my lychee tree, but or even my bananas. It's the frost that tends to really affect my trees. The heavy cold 32 or below, that's usually what affects them. My bananas, usually the leaves. As you can see here, I have I believe this is dwarf namwa. Somebody gave me one of these guys, and I planted it, and it's nowhere near ready to produce fruit. It's not ready to flower, but hopefully in the spring, late or early summer, it will. I have this one, Vicente Cohel, I think the variety is right there. It's looking really good. There's my cherimoya tree. This guy is only a little over, I think it's 2 years in the ground. As you can see, this thing is just huge. It's just taken off. We have another one here. This is a Rajapuri banana tree. These are all freshly planted. I planted all these guys this year. So I did some arranging of my banana gardens. A lot of you guys may have seen me on TV with big racks of bananas growing in my backyard. This year, not such a good year, because I had to do some renovation of my yard so that I could get through. It becomes a jungle. But let's take a look over here at this California Gold banana tree, and as you can see, it is flowering. Now, look at this guy. Aren't these beautiful? Now, it just came out. So, you know, the bad thing about bananas is the ideal time for them to fruit and flower and fruit is when they have enough leaves on them to support a healthy growth of a healthy rack of bananas. And that just really isn't here in the middle of winter. And so it takes probably 3 or 4 months once the flower comes out and you start seeing the baby bananas to ripen. Here we are in late October, and that means that this bunch of bananas will be hanging during the winter time. And bananas are, as I mentioned, sensitive to sub-freezing temperatures. We get here maybe once every 5 to 10 years, we may get a year where we won't see a freeze, but even our chilly winters will damage the heck out of the leaves and you may not get the best fruit set. So it's ideal for your banana trees to produce flower and fruit. Ideally is the earliest you possibly can get these things to set fruit. I'd say the best rack I ever had, the tree had lost all of its leaves during the winter freezes, and then it started growing rapidly in a warm February, and by May it had already flowered. That gives it plenty of time to produce and mature bananas on the stalk. Some folks ask me, Jeff, what happens if it's produces fruit in, say, September and the bananas look okay? Can I cut them down before the first extreme cold hits in the winter? Well, some varieties you can and some you can't. Some will ripen as soon as they look mature. That is, they don't have any sharp edges on the fruit. Once the fruit is plump and rounded, generally you can remove them before the cold weather. Like, for example, now if my banana trees had if they had fruit on them, I could remove it now and put it into a warm spot, such as a washroom in the house. I like to bag my bananas with an apple, my unripe bananas, but cover them with a garbage sack to hold the gases in, opening the bag once a day to let some of the fresh air in. But for the most part, the goal is for your banana trees to produce a flower in the spring. Once it's mature, the tree is mature enough, and the fall is not great. Unless you live in a zone 10 climate where you don't get any freezes, and that's not the case here. Occasionally we don't get a freeze in the wintertime, but the goal is to get your tree to produce fruit in the spring and early summer. That way they have time to mature on the tree. My name is Jeff. If you like this channel, click the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Comments and questions, leave them in the comment section below, because, well, I do my best to get back to everybody with their comments and their questions. Let's take one more look at my flowering banana tree. So those of you that don't know what it looks like, that's a banana flower. You have a wonderful day.